and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is my 2024 Project Pan intro. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now in 2024, I am going to be doing a different type of project pan than I have previously done. So in 2022, I did a rolling 10 pan project where I always had 10 items that I was working on. And as I finished an item, I would roll a new one in its place. And then in 2023, I did a seasonal project pan where each quarter I switched out items to bring new ones in. This meant that I didn't finish a lot of items in 2023. So I decided it wasn't really the best way to get through a lot of products. And I decided that I wanted to go ahead and take a page from my reading goals. And I've also seen other people do a project of this nature. And I also decided that I wanted to be a little bit ambitious. So in 2024, I am going to be working on 24 items. So I'm calling this my 24 in 2024 Project Pan. Again, this is not a new idea, but I liked it because it gives me a focus. It allowed me to put a number of items into this project that would have continued to kind of languish on my shelves, and it's going to be challenging. So we'll see how well I can do with it, but hopefully I can at least get through the majority of these. Now I have done a combination of skincare, hair care, makeup, and perfume items for this project. I'm just gonna go ahead and go on through. I am going to group them into categories, and I'm going to talk about each of them and why I chose them. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the 3 hair care items that I am putting in this project, and I'm hoping that 2 of these will be done pretty early on. One of them's definitely gonna take a little bit more time. So let's talk about the ones that I'm hoping will go quickly. But the first one is this Briogeo Blossom and Bloom Volumizing Root Powder. It looks like this. It has a twist off top, and it is exactly what it says. It's a powder that you're supposed to be able to add to your hair to get more volume at your roots. I bought this and used a decent amount. It is sitting about right here. I will go through and make the marks on it after this video. So I have about half the bottle left. I'm hoping that I can finish this up within the first couple months of 2024. This is just not something that I naturally gravitate towards, but it's not going to be difficult for me to use. I just need to remember to do it. So by putting it in this project and tracking it, I feel like that will remind me that it exists and help me get through it in a timely fashion. So I do want to use this all the way up. The next item is this Oribe Airbrush Root Touch-Up Spray. It looks like this. It has a spray top, and you're supposed to use it to touch up your roots between your color appointments. Now, I do not color my hair, but I do have some grays kind of right here. So I was mostly using this to kind of hide those a little bit when they're being particularly unruly, for lack of a better word, but this is not actually the best shade for me. I definitely need a darker color, so I need to use this up, and then I'll think about purchasing another one. I may or may not. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I need to use this up. Now, this is decently full, but I would say it's probably right here. If I had to guess, I'm not going to be able to mark this one. I'm just going to have to go on feel because obviously it's a metal container. I can't see through it. So when this is done, obviously that will be a big celebration, and I will let you know how many times it took to use up, but I have no idea where it actually is in the bottle. And the final hair care item is this Pacifica Vegan Silk Blowout. This is a primer, and if you look at it, it says dry hair here on the container. So that made me think that it needed to be applied on dry hair, which is not what I needed it for, because I was thinking maybe it was more of like a styling tool protectant rather than a blow dryer, even though it's called Vegan Silk Blowout. Anyway, I don't really know what I was thinking, but when I finally really looked at the directions, it does say apply to clean, wet hair. So yeah, that was my fault. So this has been sitting in my cabinet because I wasn't really sure how to use it. However, I've decided I'm going to combine it with my curl cream as like a leave-in conditioner type thing, and I'm hoping that I can get it used up that way. Now, this is another metal container, so I'm not really sure how I'm gonna be able to track it. Right now, it's sitting right here. So we are pretty much full. This is gonna take me a while to use up because I'm guessing I'm only gonna use like 2 to 3 pumps at the most, and I don't wash my hair every day. I wash it more every other day. So this is probably gonna be around for a while, but it will feel very exciting to get this out of my collection once it's finally used up. So this is the next item in my project pan. Okay, the next set of items is going to be skincare slash body care. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the body care items. So I have this Versed Backup Plan Acne Control Body Mist. It looks like this. It is a spray top. I had purchased a couple of these back when we were heavily wearing masks because I was wearing cloth masks to teach in. So I would spray them down with this to kind of help with breakouts. And I'm left with this bottle. This is what I have left from what I'd purchased during that time. So I do need to get this used up. This is one of those that like pushes up. So currently it is sitting right here. So this is gonna take me a bit to use up. I'll probably use it on my chest, maybe my back, and hopefully I can remember to use it every day and get it done fairly quickly. Then I have this Amore Pacific Treatment Enzyme Peel. This is a little mini sample that I got from Sephora a while ago. I am not even actually sure how to use this. When you unscrew it, it's just completely open at the top. I know that you mix it with water, but I'm gonna have to like go back and read on the website exactly how to use it. It says water activated botanical enzyme treatment to effectively eliminate excess surface cells and toxins. We'll see. So anyway, it's this little sample. I want to put it in this project though, because otherwise it would continue to hang around in my cabinet. This is one of those extraneous skincare items that I have mentioned just wanting to get rid of. So putting it in this project seemed like the way to go, and I feel like I should be able to get this used up pretty quickly. Then I have an item that I feel like is probably going to be with me all year, and that is this Bite Agave Plus Weekly Lip Scrub. So it comes in a container like this. The top comes off, there's like a little scoop, and it is a lip scrub, exactly what it says. I don't use lip scrubs, so this was a poor purchase on my part. I shouldn't have bought it, but I did. It's been in my cabinet for a while. I need to go ahead and use it up, and hopefully by getting the satisfaction of putting a tally mark each time I use it, I will actually remember to use it and get it used up by the end of the year. As I mentioned, this is probably gonna be with me for a while because this is all the way full. I think I've used this maybe 3 or 4 times total. So we are all the way at the top of this container. So you're gonna be seeing this one probably all year. And then the last skincare item is a face mask. It is the Origins Original Skin Retexturizing Mask with Rose Clay. It looks like this. I have actually purchased a few of these. I quite like this, so this isn't a matter of me wanting to use it up and then I won't repurchase. I could definitely see myself repurchasing this. I just want to get this used up in a timely fashion before it goes bad, because I did pick this up towards the end of 2023, so I haven't had it very long, and I just want to make sure I'm getting it used up. So looking at kind of where it's sitting, you can kind of see right there, we're about here. So I will try to use the whole rest of it up by the end of the year. I feel like if I can remember to use it once a week, that shouldn't be too hard. This next item is a type of item I have never tried to pan before, and that is a nail polish. So this is the 10/10 nail polish in shimmer. It is very, very pretty, and it's very easy for me to use. It doesn't make a big mess. It lasts for a decently long time, and I really like the color. So I feel like this is a shade that I should be able to get used up throughout the year. It's very pretty. It is sitting right here, so I have used a decent amount of it at this point. I just picked this up in 2023. I haven't had this very long, but I have worn this on my nails several times. I've gotten compliments, kids in particular, like shimmery nail polish. So I feel like I should be able to get through this hopefully within the first 6 months of the year. I'll have to see how it goes, but my hope is that I can apply this often throughout the month and get it used up, because I would love to actually use a nail polish up in a timely fashion. And the next two items are perfume. So I always put perfumes in these projects. I have 2 roller balls that I'm going to be focusing on this year. This first one was from a Sephora Little Mermaid collection back in 2016 or 2017. I cannot really remember. The perfume is called Kiss the Girl, of course, and I really do like the packaging. It comes in this thing with like the little swirls on it. It's very pretty. I will most likely keep the container once it's done. I have not used this very much. We are sitting right here at the top. This is meant to be like an underwater-ish perfume. So it smells like, to me, like water lilies, water, the ocean. I like the scent. It's definitely something more for like spring and summer, so that might be when I focus on it. But most likely, looking at this is going to take me about 5 or 6 months to finish up based on what I know about other perfumes that I've panned. So this one will be around for a while, but I'm looking forward to using it. I really like the smell and I want to go ahead and get it used up because this has been hanging around for a while. And then the other one is this Coach Poppy Eau de Parfum. Again, it is a roller ball. You can see where it's sitting. Looking at that, I know this is going to take me about 4 months to finish up because I'm currently still trying to finish the one that I had in my fall project for 2023. That one was sitting at about the same point, and it's going to take me 4 months to finish. So 4 months for this one would be my guess as well. This is another one that I quite like the scent. It is floral. It came in a 3-pack. I'm finishing up another one from that pack, as I mentioned, from my Project Pan in 2023, but I have used up the other one of these. It was like a 3 set, so this will be the last one. I'm looking forward to using it because I do enjoy the scent. The next category that I have is makeup, and that's where the bulk of this project comes from, and it's also where I'm being the most ambitious. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with blush. The first one comes from my Benefit Blush Bar palette, and it is the shade Rockateur. So it is this shade right here. You can see I have used it a decent amount. You can kind of see that mesh underneath it coming through in some places. This is a very pretty shimmery pink shade. I really, really like it. And once I have finished this palette will be decluttered because I do not like California, and the Hoola bronzer is not a good shade match for me. So once this is finished, this palette is leaving my collection. It served its purpose. I enjoyed having it, but it's time for it to go. So Rockateur will be its final farewell. Then I have a carryover from my 2023 Project Pan. That is the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach Blush. So here is what we are looking like at the start of January. You can see I have a very good amount of pan in there, so I know that this will be easy for me to finish up. I will most likely repress it to put it all back in the center, and then I will just work on it from there. But this one will definitely be done probably within the first quarter of the year. This is another one that I really, really enjoy, but I do have one that is exactly the same shade. It's the Milani Luminoso blush, so there's no reason for me to hold on to this one except for nostalgia's sake. It does smell like peach, which is always fun, but it's time for me to use this up. The next item is this e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. I picked this up towards the end of 2023, and honestly, this is not my favorite. So here is what we are looking like. You can see I have gotten some use out of it, but this is definitely going to take me a while to use up because I don't need very much of it. So this is most likely going to be hanging around for the majority of the year, but I do want to go ahead and get it finished. I'm putting it in this project because it is very easy for me to skip over this because I don't really like it. I don't feel like it works for me. So this one's going in the project just to force me to use it because I did spend money on it and I need to make sure I'm getting my money's worth. So this one is going in the project. And then another one that you will have seen from previous projects if you have watched any of my previous Project Pans, it is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and here is what we are looking like. So I have cleared out quite a bit of it, but my goal in 2024 is going to be to use this all the way up. Now I can use this as a concealer on my no makeup type days, and I put it under my eyes. It brightens things up, makes it look nice, and I kind of can just go with minimal makeup. This is not something that I use on a daily basis though. I don't use this under my regular concealer. I don't feel like it sits very well under regular concealer. So this is definitely only going to get used on those no makeup or less makeup days, but hopefully that will be enough to get this used up at the end of the year because I have had this a while and I would like to get it finished. Next, let's talk about some lip products because this is definitely where I am being ambitious. So the first one that I have is a lip liner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. Pretty standard. I don't even remember where I got this from. So here's what we're looking like. This has never been sharpened. So this is its full size, and it's most likely going to take me the entire year to use this up. I did put it on today, so hopefully I can get it used up, but it's kind of one of those things that I just don't need in my collection. I don't wear lip liner, so I need to go ahead and get it used up. It was kind of expensive, so I do not want to waste it. And then I have 3 like lip balm gloss type products. So the first one is this Glossier Cherry Balm.com. It is just a cherry tinted gloss. I actually like this. I am sitting at about right here. So I'm hoping that I can go ahead and get this used up. This is easy to apply. I don't love that it doesn't have like a tip that you can just put directly on your lips to apply. You do have to put it on your finger, but it is a pretty color. I like the way it looks. It is moisturizing, hydrating, so hopefully I can get it used up. It also smells nice. It smells like cherry, but this has been hanging around for a while. I have another Balm.com in my collection, so this one really needs to get used up before I even open that other one up. It still has the seal on it, so hopefully I can get this used up in 2024. Then I have an item that's actually quite new to my collection. This is from Spoiled Child. It is their conditioning tinted lip balm in natural pink. This is exactly what it says. It is a tinted lip balm, but I have only used this a handful of times. So as you can see, this is quite full. This is going to take me quite a while to finish up. This is one that's going to be with me probably for the majority of the year, but it is easy to apply. I'm hoping I can just pop it on in the morning and go to work, but we'll see. This one is definitely a bit of a reach. And then the last lip product that I have is a gloss from ColourPop. This is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade JJ. It looks like this. This has not been used very much. I believe it's sitting about right there. So yes, this is just, again, a very basic tinted lip gloss. And I feel like it should go with most anything that I want to pair it with. It's just going to be a matter of actually putting it on. So again, we know how I am with lip products. Putting 2 of them in my project is a bit of a stretch, but I'm just gonna have to see how it goes, and hopefully I can get them both used up. Next, I have 2 eyeshadow singles. The first one is from Urban Decay. It is in the shade Foxy. It is just a like bisque colored eyeshadow. So it looks like this. It does already have pan in the center. I have no doubt that I'll be able to kind of fly through this. This is kind of an everyday shade that I can wear even without a full face of makeup. This just kind of helps hide any discoloration on my lids, and I can just pop a shimmer over it and go out the door. So this one should not have any trouble getting used up because I have flown through one of these before. So this one is on the list because it's a little bit older and I want to go ahead and finish it up. And then the second one is one of those shimmery shades that I could just pop over the top. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Frog. I just picked this up in 2023, but these dry out very, very quickly. So I want to actually use this one up before it does that. So here's what it looks like. It's just a very shimmery pink shade. I really like shimmery toppers, so I feel like this is gonna work well just with everyday looks, even with the palette from my Pan That Palette project. So I'm hoping that I can get this used up in 2024 and that it won't go bad before that happens. All right, we're on to the last set of items. This is definitely another set of items that I'm being very ambitious with because they are lipsticks, but I'm not planning on using them as lipsticks. I have turned these into cream blushes. So let me go through these first and then I'll show you the palette that I put them in. So first of all, this is a carryover from 2023. This is the Buxom Full On Lipstick in the shade Las Vegas. Now, I took every single bit of product out of this and I have put it into a palette. I melted it down and turned it into a cream blush. So that way I could see precisely how much product I have. And I feel like the palette will be a little bit easier with application rather than me putting it on my hand and jotting a brush into it. I can just put it straight into the palette. So that is the first one that I'm going to be finishing in 2024. I've made a pretty good dent on it already. So hopefully this one will be done within the first 6 months. I'll just have to see. Then I took one of my oldest lipsticks and did the same thing. This is from Laneige. This is the two-tone lipstick in the shade Cashmere Nude. So this is one of those lipsticks that had 2 shades in it, and it was supposed to work as like a liner and lipstick in one. This turned into a really nice peachy shade though when I melted it down. So again, I'll show you in a minute, but this is the second one that I'm hoping to finish this year. And then the one that is definitely ambitious is actually 2 lipsticks in one. And the reason it's ambitious is because I have not even melted these down completely. So I took just a bit of each one. So first of all, this is the shade Jared from Tom Ford. But as you can see, I still have a lot left in here. This is just a shade that does not look good on my lips. It's not a shade that flatters me. So I'm hoping that by combining that one with this shade from Tom Ford, which is Orchid Soleil, yes, these were bad purchases from the get-go. No one should be spending this much money on lipsticks. I'm just saying. I don't know what possessed me, but here is Orchid Soleil. So as you can see, it's more of like a nude tone. I was hoping that by combining those two together, I could get a usable blush shade, but it means that there's still a lot of these left. So I don't think there's going to be any way that I'm going to finish both of these in their entirety in 2024. I'm going to give it the old college try, but let me show you what they look like melted down, and that way you can see exactly what I'm working with. So I purchased this little magnetic palette off of Amazon, and I've melted these shades down into that palette. So there are 3 of them. They are right here. So this is the Tom Ford shades combined together. This one is the Buxom, and this one is the Laneige. Now, this looks incredibly bright in the pan. It is actually not that bright when you swatch it. So here's what it looks like just on my finger, but when I put it on my hand, I do feel like this is something I will be able to work with. Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to use a ton of it, which is why I said there's no way I'm going to finish both of those bullets, but I'm hoping that I can at least finish all of the product in here. We'll see, because again, I have those other blushes that I'm also wanting to use. So as I said, overly ambitious, but you know, we're gonna do the best we can. Now I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the Buxom shade. So it is right here. I have used this one as a cream blush, so I know that it works perfectly fine on me. The Tom Ford shades are not that much darker than it, so I'm hoping they're actually kind of showing up the same on camera, but this one is lighter in person. So hopefully I can make it work. And then the final shade is the Laneige shade, and it turned into a really pretty like peachy shade. So here it is right here. So that one I can definitely use, and I'm hoping that I can finish all 3 of these by the end of 2024. Can I do it? I don't know. We're gonna give it a go, but I felt like this was an easier way for me to see exactly how much product is left, and it will just help with application. So you will see as the year goes on how well I'm able to finish these up, but my goal is to hopefully have all 3 of these finished, as well as those other 2 blushes. Overly ambitious? Yes. Doable? We'll have to see. Okay, so there you have it. That is my 24 in 2024 project pan. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. Wish me luck in the comments because this is gonna be an ambitious project, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.